What's going on? Welcome back to episode 2 of the series where I'm documenting my progress of going from slightly out of shape to back into basketball shape, back into game shape. Super excited about this one. Got really good feedback on the first video. It was really funny because the editing quality of that video was questionable to say the least. In today's video, what I'm gonna do is show you the first steps of what I'm doing with my nutrition. So I'm not gonna be sitting here the whole time. We'll go to the kitchen and go outside and I'll show you, okay, what am I doing with my nutrition this week? What am I doing with my training? What's the approach gonna be? And then we'll go from there. So as always, I appreciate you tuning in. Just let's get into it. All right, so the main thing I'm doing with my nutrition this week is just starting to get back on track in the habit of tracking. For most basketball players, when I first start with them, I'll have them do some really basic stuff, like getting a certain amount of meals in per day, showing them what a protein source is, what a carb source is, what a fat source is. To be honest, obviously I'm beyond that point, so I'm skipping a step or two here, but I really want to go as slowly as possible and like show you guys exactly what the process looks like. So if I were to start from like ground zero, I would like make sure that I'm eating 3 meals a day, or I'm eating 4 meals a day, that each meal has protein, carbs, fat, veggies, things like that, and get that in place. But I feel like I have that in place. I'm gonna kind of jump to the next step. And to be completely honest, I haven't really been tracking all that much lately. I track sporadically, but I kind of eat the same thing more or less every day. So I haven't really been super strict with tracking. Now with that being said, I feel like I could really dial up my progress and see progress a lot more quickly if I did track. So what we're gonna do this week is really focus on getting back in the habit of tracking. I'm gonna track everything I eat. I'm not gonna change anything yet. I'm just gonna eat how I normally eat. Get used to using, where's the food scale? The food scale disappeared. Get used to make sure I'm still focused. I think I'm still focused. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so make sure I'm using this food scale. Make sure I'm using measuring cups when I'm doing liquids and stuff like that. I don't have to measure my water, but in general, tracking what I eat so I can get a good idea of how much protein, how many carbs, how many fats I'm eating per day. So that'll allow me to see, okay, am I under eating? Am I overeating? Where am I relative to how many calories I should be eating? We'll get into how I do that in the next video because we're not there yet. But this week, I'm literally just tracking my calorie intake, getting used to using the food scale again and being very diligent with that and creating some habits and momentum with that. I would say the only change I'm making to my nutrition is just making sure again that I'm getting 3 meals in per day consistently. And honestly, I'm gonna try to get that up to 4. We'll go for 4. So just so I tell you guys, I'm gonna go for 4. I'll probably end up getting somewhere between 3 or 4. So that'll be another goal of mine, just because with my schedule, with content creation, like I'm spending my entire morning filming YouTube videos like this and editing and client calls and stuff like that. Sometimes I won't eat until like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. And obviously it's tough to get 4 meals in per day if I'm only starting to eat at 2 in the afternoon. So I'm gonna really try to stick to a meal schedule and track that food, and that'll be a really good start for me this week when it comes to my nutrition.
What's that? Also, something I really want to highlight. I'll talk about this in a future video because this isn't really a topic for this video, but hydration, dehydration, something I'm terrible at. I forget to drink water. It's not that I don't like it. I'm fine with water, but I just forget. And in a workout like this, especially outside, especially when I'm not used to this type of workout, and obviously it's kicking my ass, it's important to be hydrated. And right now, I can tell you, it's a fly in my eye, I can tell you, I'm probably not. And it might help a little bit if I was. So just take that into consideration. Again, I'll cover that in a separate video. But yeah, let's get back into today's video.
So kind of building on the thing I was talking about just a minute ago with the whole food scale and measuring food, a lot of people think it's tedious, it's a challenge, but really it just comes down to creating momentum with it. Like I said, I'm not even very good with that right now. I haven't been super consistent with it. I've fallen into the, oh, I don't have time. But the reality is I do. It takes 20 seconds when you have a meal, and I'll go over how to actually use the food scale. So I'm gonna grab that real quick. Here's the food scale. So let's say, for example, I'm just gonna use the rice because it's right here. I didn't plan this at all, but we're just gonna go for it. I apologize for the camera work. If it's good, I'll take credit for it. If it's bad, it's Joe's fault, but you know, it's fine. So, okay, I'm skipping steps. Got the food scale. Put it down on a flat surface. You're gonna press this button. So first you press this 0 button. Yeah, first press the 0 button, turn it on. Put the bowl on or whatever you're like putting the food in. Put that on. I'm not sure if the mic's picking this up, but you put that on. You 0 that out so it kind of erases the weight of the bowl. And then you just put the food on. That's it. Like just put the food in. Gonna get rice everywhere. It's fine. Oh, Jesus Christ. So like just real, I'm not gonna eat this right now, so I don't want to take too much of it out, but it's a quick example, 106 grams. That way I could log that in on MyFitnessPal very accurately rather than kind of guess and say, oh, I think that looks like 1 cup. Oh, I think that looks like 1.5 cups. I don't really know. And that's what I've been doing pretty consistently over the past couple of months at this point. I've just been kind of maintaining and kind of using that estimating, and there's some value to that. But if you're looking at really maximizing the results you get, I would definitely recommend tracking your food if you're up for it. All right, so then in terms of my training, what I'm gonna be doing for the skill work side of things, so ball handling, shooting, I actually don't have access to a hoop as of right now. I did last week, but then something came up, so I can't actually go over and use that hoop anymore. So I'm gonna be stuck with just ball handling stuff, but I can get a lot done with ball handling and like form shooting without a basket and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm gonna be following a program by Elite Guard Training. I've been using their programs honestly since I was in middle school when I was actually playing basketball, middle school, high school, college. So just gonna be going back to using that. I found those to be very effective. Once I'm actually able to go see people in person, I might work out with the trainer, I don't know. But that's gonna be what I'm using for right now. For my vertical jump training and explosiveness and athleticism and performance training, going to be using PJF Performance Vert Code Elite. I used that a while back when I kind of tried to get back in shape, then I got injured, but for a minute there, it was working really well. So gonna go back to that. As of right now, I'm actually dunking pretty easily, which I was surprised by. Pretty basic 2 foot, 1 hand dunk, nothing too crazy. So hopefully within the next few months and next year, I'll be able to add some more dunks to my arsenal, but we'll see. And then just to be transparent with you guys, my biggest struggle, along with kind of estimating and not being super consistent with tracking, is just that I'm not gonna have a lot of time to spend in the gym, or not really in the gym because this whole quarantine thing, but on my driveway doing workouts and actually training, just because I have a lot of stuff to do with content creation and clients and coaching and networking and podcasting and all this stuff. I only have about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if I get lucky every day to really dedicate to training and skill work. So if I was just doing bodybuilding stuff, that'd be easy. But because I have to do the skill work and the performance training and mobility, or else my body's gonna start to get achy and possibly injured, it's tough to fit that all into an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. But it can be done, and I wanna show you guys that I can still make really, really, really good progress even with a limited time frame. So super excited about that. So just to recap, with my nutrition, I'm gonna be tracking my food intake, getting really consistent with that, not changing my macros just yet, but just using MyFitnessPal, tracking that, weighing out my food, and trying to get 3 to 4 meals in per day consistently, like second nature consistently. Now with my training, like I said, doing PJF Performance Vert Code Elite, following Elite Guard Training, one of their programs, and gonna be doing that, trying to fit that into an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. What I want you to do going away from this video is comment below, what else do you wanna see from me with my nutrition? And also, going into next week's video, I'll be sure to show you guys how many calories I'm eating, my protein, carbs, fats, everything when it comes to my nutrition. I'll show you guys everything. There's nothing to hide. The point of this series is to document everything. So I'll show you guys my numbers, what I'm eating, my food logs. A lot of you guys ask me what I eat, what I supplement with, stuff like that. So what I want you to do going away from this video is let me know, what else do you want to see? I got some pretty good suggestions in the last video, but really want to know, what do you want to see from me in my diet, my training, my approach to all of this? Really curious, because I want to make this series really helpful for you, along with documenting my progress. So I appreciate you tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, transition. If I edit this and it looks like crap, it's your fault. This is embarrassing, but you know, it's part of the process.